Ladies, we've all been there, haven't we? You open your closet door, ready to grab a fresh outfit for the day, only to be greeted by a faint, unpleasant smell. At first, you think, no, it can't be. I've just washed everything. But sure enough, the scent lingers. Now, here's the truth. Some of the most unexpected places in your closet are harboring odor-causing bacteria that you might not even realize are there. I know it's not exactly the most glamorous thing to talk about, but let's face it, we're all human, and we've got to address the elephant in the room. As we age, our bodies change, and unfortunately, so does the way our clothes, shoes, and accessories hold onto odors. And let's not forget the closets themselves. Doctors have even weighed in, saying that there are hidden spots in our closets that, if left unchecked, can contribute to unpleasant smells that may follow us around without us even realizing it. So, what can we do about it? Well, don't you worry. I'm about to share with you the 4 most common offenders in your closet. The items that could be making you smell like you've been living in a time capsule. And how to clean them up so you can stay fresh, fabulous, and odor-free. But first, let me say this. It's not your fault. These things can sneak up on anyone, and often we just don't notice until it's too late. That's why we're going to be smart about it and tackle them head-on. So, stick with me, because some of these hidden culprits might surprise you. And trust me, number 4 is a game changer. Now go ahead and grab yourself a cup of tea, and let's dive right in. You won't want to miss what I have to say about the 4 hidden closet items that are full of odor bacteria, and how to deal with them like a pro. Stay tuned because your closet and your nose will thank you. All right, let's kick things off with one of the most common, yet often overlooked offenders in our closets. Our shoes. I know. We all love our favorite pair of slip-ons, sneakers or flats. But here's the thing. They're not just holding our feet together. They're also holding on to some pretty unpleasant smells. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm as guilty as the next person. I've had my favorite pair of orthopedic Mary Janes for years. They've been through countless walks, family outings, and even a few rainy days. But here's what I learned the hard way. Those shoes weren't just picking up dirt from the outside. They were also soaking up sweat, moisture, and even dead skin from my feet. And trust me, after a while it starts to smell really bad. It all clicked when I went to visit my podiatrist for a completely unrelated issue. I was complaining about some discomfort, and he looked at my shoes, raised an eyebrow, and said, "These are the problem." I was mortified. I never even considered that my shoes could be harboring bacteria. But the truth is, our feet are some of the sweatiest parts of our bodies. Each foot has over 250,000 sweat glands, and when that sweat soaks into the insoles of our shoes, it doesn't just disappear. It dries, it festers, and it mingles with dead skin. The result? A smell you can't ignore, even if you're trying. So, what can we do about it? First of all, let's talk about prevention. I've got a few tips that have made a world of difference, and they're not even that difficult to follow. Tip number 1. Baking soda is your best friend. Sprinkle a spoonful of baking soda into each shoe before bed and let it sit overnight. In the morning, dump it out. It absorbs moisture and neutralizes odors like magic. Seriously, it's a game changer. Tip 2. Wash your insoles. I know, it sounds a bit tedious, but trust me, this one is worth the effort. Most insoles can actually be removed and washed. A little warm, soapy water and a good rinse, and you've got fresh insoles again. Air dry them, and you're good to go. Tip number 3. Rotate your shoes. Don't wear the same pair every single day. give them a day to air out, especially if you're wearing them for long periods of time. If you've got a few pairs in rotation, they'll stay fresher longer. Tip number 4. Let them breathe. If you can, give your shoes a chance to dry out properly by leaving them in a sunny spot or by using moisture-absorbing products like activated charcoal or silica gel inserts. Trust me, they do wonders. Now here's the thing. Nobody wants to be the person who bends down at the store to pick up a jar of pickles and suddenly gets hit with a whiff of something suspicious from their shoes. So, let's stay on top of this and treat our feet right. Keeping your shoes fresh isn't just about cleanliness, it's about confidence. You want to walk into a room without worrying that your shoes are doing the talking for you. And here's a little bonus trick that'll keep you on your toes. After a long day of wearing shoes, make sure to wash your feet well. It seems simple, but those 250,000 sweat glands need some attention. Don't skip it. So there you have it. Our first closet offender taken care of. But hold on tight because there are more surprising items waiting in the wings. Stay with me, because next we're diving into something you probably never even thought of. Sweaters and cardigans. Let's get into it. All right, now let's talk about something we all love, especially as the weather starts to cool down. Sweaters and cardigans. They're the cozy comfort we reach for when we want to feel warm and snug. And let's face it, we've got a few favorites that we just can't seem to part with. But here's the catch. Those trusty layers you're wrapping yourself in might be harboring more than just warmth. In fact, they could be full of odor-causing bacteria without you even knowing. You see, fabric is like a sponge. It absorbs everything. The oils from our skin, the sweat from our bodies, even those faint hints of perfume we wear every day. And over time, as we wear our sweaters and cardigans repeatedly without washing them, they start to accumulate all those smells. And yes, even if they don't feel dirty, they can still have a subtle, musty odor. The truth is, older fabrics and garments can be especially prone to this problem, since we might not always notice when they've absorbed enough sweat or skin oils to cause a stink. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't realize just how much my sweaters were contributing to that hidden smell in my closet until I started paying closer attention. One morning, I picked up my favorite cardigan from the closet and put it on, only to catch a whiff of something off. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't fresh either. That's when I realized I had been wearing that cardigan all season without giving it a proper wash. And I'm sure you've been there too, especially if you wear things multiple times between washes. So, what's the solution? It's simpler than you might think. But first, let's dive into why this happens. Why do sweaters and cardigans get smelly? Our bodies are constantly emitting sweat, oils, and even dead skin cells. And when we wear clothes like sweaters, cardigans, or knit tops, they naturally absorb all of this. Plus, many of us wear these items without noticing how often they come in contact with the body's natural scent. Even if you're not sweating buckets, your clothing can still soak up the oils from your skin, creating an environment where bacteria can thrive. And let's face it, bacteria love warmth and moisture, which we provide in abundance with our body heat. But the good news is, there's no need to toss your favorite sweaters. Instead, let's tackle this issue head-on with a few simple fixes. Tip number 1. Wash frequently, but gently. You might not need to wash your sweater after every wear, but give it a wash every few wears, especially if it's something you've been wearing close to your skin. Make sure to follow the care label, and don't be afraid to hand wash delicate materials. For machine washable sweaters, use a gentle cycle and mild detergent. Cold water is best to avoid any shrinkage, and don't over-dry them. let them air dry instead. Tip number 2, air them out. If you're in a rush or you're not ready to do a full wash, hang your sweaters up in a well-ventilated area. Sometimes all they need is a little fresh air to release any trapped moisture and smells. If you've been wearing a sweater for a couple of days, hang it by an open window or in a breezy room for a few hours. You'll be surprised at how much of the smell dissipates. Tip number 3, use fabric fresheners. If you've got a sweater that's been sitting in the closet for a while, or you've just given it a good wash, but still want that fresh scent, fabric fresheners or sprays can come in handy. A quick spritz of lavender, cedarwood, or a mild fabric spray can bring back that fresh feel. Just be careful not to overdo it, as some sprays can leave a heavy scent, which is not the goal. Tip number 4, store them properly. When you're putting away your sweaters or cardigans for the season, make sure they're properly cleaned and stored in a cool, dry place. Avoid putting them in plastic bags. They trap moisture. And instead use breathable garment bags or storage bins. You can even add a sachet of lavender or cedarwood for a nice natural scent. That way, when you take them out next winter, they'll be fresh and ready to go. Bonus tip, rotate your wardrobe. If you've got a lot of sweaters in your collection, and let's be real, who doesn't? Rotate them every few days so that you're not wearing the same one over and over. Giving each sweater a breather between wears helps prevent the buildup of moisture and oils. Now, after taking care of your sweaters, you'll be ready to confidently reach for any one of them without worrying that they're harboring unwanted bacteria or smells. But we're not quite done yet. There's still another culprit in the closet that could be causing a hidden odor. Your scarves and shawls. Oh yes, it's time to talk about those, so stay tuned for the next chapter. All right, ladies, let's wrap up this closet cleanse with a topic that we often overlook: scarves, shawls, and pashminas. These soft, stylish accessories are a staple in every wardrobe, adding a pop of color, texture, and warmth to any outfit. But here's the thing. As often as we love to drape these around our necks, we tend to forget that they need some care, too. Over time, just like our sweaters, scarves, and shawls can absorb body oils, sweat, and even perfume, making them potential carriers of odors we'd rather not have following us around. Now, I'm not suggesting that you toss every scarf or pashmina you own. But I want to show you why and how these accessories can contribute to that hidden closet odor we've been talking about. And more importantly, what you can do to keep them smelling fresh and lovely, just like they should. Why do scarves and shawls smell? The fabric of scarves and shawls tends to be thinner and more delicate than sweaters, so they don't always get the same attention. We throw them on when we're heading out the door, but we rarely think about what happens to them as they brush against our skin all day. When you wear a scarf, it's in direct contact with your neck, your face, and sometimes even your chest, areas that naturally sweat and release oils. Whether it's from a sunny afternoon walk, a commute to work, or just wearing your favorite shawl while relaxing at home, your scarf picks up all that moisture and scent, and before you know it, it starts to smell a little off. The tricky part is that scarves are often worn loosely, so we don't always realize just how much sweat or skin oil they've absorbed. Plus, they don't get washed as often as, say, a sweater, because they're typically lightweight and easy to toss back into the closet when you're done with them. But trust me, if you leave them for long enough, that faint smell becomes noticeable, especially when you wear them again. Tip number 1, wash or spot clean regularly. Depending on the fabric, scarves and shawls might require different levels of care. If you've got a cotton or wool scarf, A gentle hand wash every couple of weeks should do the trick. For delicate materials like silk or pashmina, you can spot clean them with a soft cloth and a mild soap solution to keep them looking and smelling fresh. Always check the care label before washing, as some materials require special treatment. Tip number 2. Freshen up between washes. If you don't want to wash your scarves every time you wear them, you can use a fabric freshener spray. Lightly spritzing them with a fabric refreshener or a DIY mix of water and a few drops of essential oils can help neutralize any smells between washes. Just be sure to do a patch test first to avoid any stains. Tip number 3. Store them properly. When you're storing scarves and shawls, make sure they're clean and dry. If you store them while they're still damp or even just a little bit sweaty, the moisture can turn into an unpleasant odor over time. You can hang them in your closet or roll them up and store them in a drawer with some lavender sachets or cedarwood chips. This way, they'll stay fresh and ready to wear when you need them. Tip number 4. Air them out after use. Once you've worn your scarf for the day, hang it up in a well-ventilated area to let it air out. I like to hang mine on the back of a chair or on a hook for a few hours. The fresh air helps release any trapped moisture or smells, leaving your scarf ready for the next time you want to wear it. Bonus tip: rotate your accessories. Just like we recommend rotating your sweaters, it's a good idea to rotate your scarves and shawls as well. That way, each accessory gets a little breathing room between wears, and none of them end up being overused or starting to smell from too much wear. If you have a large scarf collection, this should be easy enough to do. So, there you have it, ladies. 4 often overlooked closet items that could be contributing to that hidden odor in your wardrobe. Sweaters, cardigans, scarves, and shawls are all fabulous pieces, but they need a little care to stay fresh and odor-free. A bit of regular washing, airing out, and careful storage can make all the difference. The key takeaway here is that we don't have to settle for smelly clothes or stale, musty closets. Aging doesn't have to come with the burden of unwanted smells. By staying mindful of how we care for our clothes and accessories, we can ensure that we feel confident and fresh every time we open our closet doors. Let's face it, smelling fresh and clean is one of the easiest ways to feel your best. No matter your age, keep your wardrobe in top shape and it'll reflect the vibrant, confident woman you are. So, go ahead and treat yourself and your closet to the care they deserve. You've got this. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below with your own closet secrets. If you're ready to tackle those hidden odor spots, make sure to sign up for my newsletter, where I'll be sharing more expert advice and easy hacks to keep you feeling fresh and fabulous every day. Stay radiant, stay confident, and let's keep those closet smells in check.